Good afternoon, guys. This is Brian Vorbaugh from Bar Electrical Solutions, also known as the Weekend Master Electrician. Today I want to go over with you some of these Klein pliers that I have and show you some differences, and maybe it'll help you decide which one's right for you. So over here, I just like to start off with, so even though these are the glow-in-the-dark handles, this is the slim design that Klein originally came out with. So I mean, I have fairly large hands, but you can see these are actually the Klein D2000-9, and they are the same as these pliers, which are the D2000, but these are the 1000-volt insulated pliers. So as you can see, the difference in the handle, and they weigh relatively the same. These are a little heavier due to the extra weight in the handles. But as you can see, it is a big difference when you're holding them. And these do feel like they're huge in your hands whenever you're not wearing gloves or anything. So this is the slim design. So a lot of people are familiar with the journeyman style pliers. These are also the D2009, just like these other ones I have. These aren't considered insulated. These are just regular daily use pliers, but these are pretty much everybody's go-to. They feel really good on the hand. They feels pretty well balanced. Now, Klein recently came out with a slimmer design, 1000-volt rated D2000 pliers. So here's the difference. Now, these are both rated the same for 1000 volts, but you can see with these, I mean, the pliers are exactly the same, but you can tell with the handles, these ones are definitely slimmer, where these are bigger. And these feel pretty good in the hands. I mean, you can see the difference between the regular pliers and these 1000-volt pliers, that a lot of people will still go with the slimmer design just because they're a little easier to deal with. But we're going to talk about that in a second. So also, Klein also has these hybrid pliers, which are a lot smaller, but they are side cutters. They do have a crimper in it, and also good for pulling fish tape. Now, these original 1000-volt insulated ones, since they are smaller, they still feel pretty good. But here's the newer version of the 1000-volt insulated. And as you can see, they're exact same pliers, just different handles. And on these 1000-volt, these newer slim design, they have this white inner piece. So if you would actually cut the outside and you saw the white from this inside piece, that's telling you that the insulation integrity is faulted and you should replace them. But so they're nice to have. So if you're a female in the trade and you have smaller hands and you don't want something as heavy as this, or you just have smaller hands, there's nothing wrong with using these pliers, and they're pretty light and pretty easy to work with. Now, this is another style of, see, these are the J2158CR. These are another multi-tool type pliers. They have the crimpers in them. They have wire strippers, and also the side cutter. And what's good about these as well, if you can see that, they also have these two holes in there. You can put a screw in there and you can cut them. Once you put your screw in and cut it, you pull it back out, it straightens out the thread on the screw. And as you can tell, these are very small compared to the normal journeyman pliers. And again, if you just want something a little more lightweight, a little more convenient, especially if you have smaller hands, these are perfect. And I actually use these in my service truck whenever I just go to check some things out, do an inspection. Now, I did include these pliers as well These are the Klein multi-tool pliers. I only included them this because they were pliers. These are pretty nice. I do not recommend doing any type of electrical work with these or any kind of live line work because these are not insulated at all. They will not protect you from anything. But what is good is they are multi-tool. They do have side cutters. It has wire strippers. It even has tweezers. It has the built-in knife, and it also has the Phillips and flathead screwdrivers. These are, I pretty much use these around the holidays, like Christmas time. So when all your nieces and nephews and your kids try to get you to open up their Christmas packaging that's almost impossible to open, this is great to have. And this is pretty much the only thing I use it for. I do not use this for any type of electrical work. Now, getting back to these pliers, so if you want to try to find one that's better for your fit, so if you're the type of person that don't wear any gloves when you're doing work and you don't work on anything live for the most part, I definitely would recommend the journeyman pliers. They have a really good grip, really good feel. They're relatively inexpensive. Same with, you can get the standard slim design pliers as well if that's what you like, if that feels better in your hand. But now when you're looking at these insulated, now I come to find that, so when I work, no matter what I work, I wear these basic Klein gloves. They are cut resistant, but they are there to protect your hands. So I do notice that when you're wearing gloves, the pliers actually have a different feel in your hands. So like right away, these pliers almost feel too small when you're wearing any types of gloves, unless you have a small hand. Now these pliers feel perfect in your hand with gloves on, as well as the journeyman, the standard slim design, and even the slim design insulated. They feel pretty good. But now these pliers, they still feel too big. I mean, there's a lot of handle there. Even if you have big hands, they still feel like it's a lot of work to get these unless you get used to them. But I would recommend not buying these ones unless. Now here's the funny thing is, what I've noticed is when I wear insulated gloves, and these are Klein's lineman gloves. These aren't rated for live electrical work, but these are good for working in the cold. But you can see how my hands are now. I mean, it's not made for picking up bolts or anything like that. But now, these actually feel too small, and they're really kind of harder to grip. Definitely do not like using these. Now these pliers actually feel good in my hand now. So this is, if you're working out of a truck, and a bucket truck or a lift, and you're outside and you have these big thick gloves on, these pliers actually feel pretty good in your hand with the big gloves. You can get away with these insulated pliers, the slim design, but they don't feel as good as the thicker ones. Now, I've been around a long time. I've been a master electrician for well over 20 years. And we usually had these type of pliers. These are the only type of pliers we had, but we actually had these red handles on them. Now, and you can buy these replacement handles Anyway, you can get them on Amazon, just Klein Tools replacement handles, and these will pop up. You just put them in boiling water, get them to soften up, and then whenever you're replacing these handles, whether they're damaged or you just don't want them anymore, you would cut these off, you clean up your pliers. Once you boil these in water, they just slide right on. And if some of you old school guys out there, I mean, I still have my first pair of Kleins, and this is what the pliers that they used to come with. These were the handles they came with. So I always carry a couple extra of these in case my handles get damaged. Any of these handles here get damaged, I will be replacing with these until I get a new insulated set or a regular set, and these will be my replacement. And I've given away plenty of pliers with these handles, and everybody that I've given them to, they love them. But that's pretty much it. You have your slim design. You have your journeyman handles. That's what they're called there. You have the 1000-volt insulated slim design. You have your standard 1000-volt and your 1000-volt hybrid pliers. Your 1000-volt slim design hybrid, and then you also have your bolt cutter hybrid. They're still just like Lyman's. They do the same thing. Just if you have a smaller hand, these will be perfect. But short video helped you out, and maybe decide, depending on if you wear gloves or not. But if you have any other questions, just leave a comment, like, subscribe, and that's all. I'll see you later.